So it's been, what, maybe 3-4 weeks since me and JP got hitched. So I wanted to know if you guys had any questions over on my Instagram about the wedding. And here's my responses. So hey guys, it's Becky and welcome to my channel. And me and my partner got married this September, literally like 3.5 weeks ago. It's been, a bit of a whirlwind. I can't believe it's been 3.5 weeks. It feels like longer than that. It feels like shorter than that. Just life, guys. Life is a bit of a whirlwind, but if you love everything beauty, plus size fashion, there will be a little bit of wedding chat here and there. Then don't forget to hit subscribe down below. I upload every Tuesday and Thursday. There's always something new on this channel to watch. I just filmed also a little video about my wedding makeup. I think that might already be live. So yeah, if you're interested in the makeup, do go watch that. Charlotte Tilbury, no less. So yeah, if you're interested in that video, do go check that out. So I asked you guys over on Instagram if you had any questions. I did share a video last week, I believe. Time flying, giving you a little kind of like snippet of the day, and I had lots of lovely questions. Oh, I need to go get something actually. I'll get that in a sec. But yeah, lots of lovely questions from you guys over on Instagram about the big day. So yeah, let's get into it. So the elephant in the room, probably the most asked question I had was, tell us about the dress. Why didn't I wear white? Why that dress? I'm going to probably put some photos in throughout because I don't think I've shared any photos with you guys over here on YouTube, although there was some over on Instagram. So the dress. I tried this dress on last year. I ordered it for... I was ordering some pieces for my birthday. It was my 30th birthday last year. So I was ordering some pieces of Never Fully Dressed. It was kind of the time where I was really getting into the brand. And that was just something I saw on the website. I thought it looked really pretty. I really wanted some of the sequin pieces that Never Fully Dressed is known for. And I saw that dress and just thought, wow, that's really nice. And I just bought it just to try it. And I ended up falling in love with it. I did have a special event, guys. I've worn this dress before. I had a special event to go to. It was an award show with work. One of my pieces of work won an award, which doesn't happen very often. So I really wanted to treat myself to a special dress to wear down in Brighton. And that was the dress I wore. Which and I remember saying to my friends, I was like, I think this is my wedding dress. I don't know if I should wear it tonight. Like I was like, I feel like I should wear this because I should wear this for my wedding. And my friends were like, oh, like, nah, like you'll find another dress. Like this is like, just wear, or you can just wear it to your wedding. I think they were all kind of like joking, like thinking, oh, this isn't your wedding dress. But I just remember that night, I got so many compliments on that dress and I felt like $1,001,000. Like I felt so good in that dress. And then I just remember researching plus size wedding venues, shops, looking at what they had to offer and just like nothing speaking to me. All of the dresses are very beautiful, but white does, I know I'm wearing a white shirt, which is kind of proving the point. White doesn't really sing on me. I'm a very, very fair girl. I'm very pale. I am practically white, like actual white. I'm very white, very fair. So it doesn't elevate me. It doesn't sing on me. It doesn't, I don't think, look that good on me. So trying to find a wedding dress that I thought elevated me, there wasn't really anything that was singing to me. And also like the prices, I was just kind of like, I really don't want to spend that much money on that dress. Like, I don't like it enough to want to spend over £1,000 on it. And I spoke to JP about it, and I was like, I'm kind of thinking of actually not wearing a white dress. And he was like, oh, good. JP, actually, like, to be honest, we didn't actually get married. We got civilly partnered. That was JP's decision. He didn't kind of want the religious element within marriage. And I think also the idea of me not wearing white and being really traditional about it, he also really, really liked. So he was kind of like, well, actually, I would love you to not wear white. Like, I would love you to wear something that you love that's different, that goes against tradition. So it worked out really well. So the dress is from Never Fully Dressed. And I just love it. I just feel like the colours really, really look nice on me. I also felt like it was it wasn't slimming, but like, I feel like it looked good on my body. I think it made me look like I had a nice shape. I did wear a little bit of, more like, I don't know if it was like shape, like slimming wear. I think it was more just kind of like smoothing. It's like smoothing wear underneath. The dress is also reversible, so you can wear it the front, like you can wear it both ways. I was actually going to wear it with the V down the middle, but we couldn't find the booby tape that morning. My mum had bought some tape and we couldn't find it. It had gone, and I was just like, I just don't want my bra showing in every wedding photo that I have. So I literally made the decision like 30 minutes before we were meant to leave to turn my wedding dress around. But the great thing about not having a traditional wedding dress, it was very easy to turn around. It was a very simple dress. Literally just pop it over your head. Yeah, it was great. It was I think it was around £120–130 last year. I do know they re-released the dress this year. I think it's called the Eloise or the Edoise. I think it's Eloise. And I think this year it was 150. But for a wedding dress, I think that's a pretty good deal. So yeah, that's really the story. There's not really like there is sort of a meaningful reason. We wanted to kind of go against tradition. But also, I then for Christmas last year, I went into Hermes in Monaco because JP wears suits and ties to work. And he does have like a small collection of designer ties. It's just like, something that, makes him feel nice when he goes to work. So I really wanted to get him another Hermes tie, but he could use at the wedding. So I went in with the sales associate and showed him the dress. And the sales associate was fantastic. I think the sales associate did such a good job of selecting the tie. JP did actually go with me as well, because really, like, ties are also with JP's colouring as well. I wanted to just make sure that it looks really nice on him. And I think the tie was beautiful. And I'm so happy that he can also now wear this to work. And he also, his suit was from the M&S outlet Gun Wharf. We thought we'd go for a navy suit, and we found a really, really nice one in his exact sizes in M&S outlet. I believe it was 80 quid. And again, he can use them for work. But his shoes are actually the most expensive part of his outfit. Basically, he really scuffed up his shoes the week before the wedding and was like, I really should get some new shoes. So my mum took him to Churches in Southampton. It is a quite famous, really old shoe shop that stocks really good quality shoes from around the world. And he ended up going with these shoes that were in the sale. They were originally like £600, I think, and he got them for £250. But they are really, really, really high quality. They were beautiful shoes and they fit him like a glove. They were perfect. And my mum and him went to the shop and they just said the service was so good. And it was just really nice they got to have that experience together as well. So I know none of you asked about his shoes, and he's been wearing them to work and he absolutely loves them. So that's the story about the dress, the tie and the shoes. The next question is the wedding bands. Where did we get our wedding bands? So here is mine. My one is a lot thinner than JP's because obviously there's quite a lot going on my ring. We got our wedding bands in Florence off the bridge, the famous bridge with all the gold shops. We bought them on Valentine's Day this year. We also got tax-free shopping, which kind of made them just kind of like regular price. So it's a fun story. We both went for gold, just quite classic. We are both as bad as each other for remembering to put them on. If I remember to put mine on, he forgets his. If he remembers his, I forget mine. And I say, well, it looks like I'm your mistress. If I haven't got my ring on, it looks like the other way around. We're getting used to it. But we are like, yeah, I do feel like I'm wearing my ring like a lot more now that I am married. But you guys know, like I did film the makeup video without it. Just when I'm around the house or just like filming, I was just thought that the first thing I'm thinking about. But yeah, our wedding bands were from Florence. Someone asked, what was the most stressful thing, or what was the most unexpectedly stressful? Visas, guys. Oh my God. If you're in a long distance and like out of country relationship, like good luck to you. It was honestly hellish. We didn't realise that JP needed a visa. He's French, EU passport. We didn't realise he needed a visa to come here and get married. We thought he could just come here and get married. So that was very stressful when we found that out. And I will just say the government websites, all these different websites, none of them want to like take ownership of information. They just keep passing you on to one department to another department, and there's just seems to be no clear information whatsoever. Even though they say they make it clear, the whole process was incredibly frustrating. It honestly just felt like the government's against us. It was just like almost like it's purposefully difficult, it's purposefully misleading. They say it's not, but I'm just like, I just feel like it is. And there was a lot of tears, especially with our notice appointment. Like honestly, like actually traumatic. For like the whole family, like for my mum and dad, like it was just awful. I don't think you would have such a bad experience if you're just having a notice period as a couple that lives, a British couple that lives here. But it's just, we do have such a strange relationship where we are long distance even now as now we're married. So I just feel like, yeah, we are quite a specific situation. But just the information isn't out there, and some of the information was actually incorrect, and it just led to like a lot of mishaps, a lot of upsets, and like a lot of close calls. We're talking like 3 days. Like if we'd have like changed a date by 3 days, the wedding might not have happened. Yeah, intense. So honestly, yeah, just if you've got a kind of complicated, complex kind of nationality situation, maybe even consider getting some like legal advice and like paying for something, because we kind of regret not doing that because it was so stressful. But we just didn't have a clue that was going to happen. So all the kind of the visa, the notice, all the kind of paperwork stuff around the wedding was incredibly stressful. A lot of people are asking, what was your wedding breakfast and what was my meal? So I have bought you my menu that I made on Canva. We went to, I used to be local. I used to live literally around the corner from this restaurant called Cafe Amisha in Bermondsey. I love this place so much. And we basically wanted to have a menu that we knew all of our guests would enjoy. Like, they're kind of like classics that anyone would enjoy, but also just like food that me and JP love. So we started off with spritz and antipasto. So everyone got an Aperol spritz. And we had probably too much antipasto. We had like cheese, meats, like little like pickly, not pickly bits, but sort of like vinegary, pickly, oily, vegetable-y bits. Antipasti, I guess. So good. So many good cheeses. There was bread, breadsticks. Really, really, really good. Then I'm not really sure what happened. For the starter, everyone was given a choice of carbonara or spaghetti pesto. We all ended up with both. Luckily, we didn't have any vegetarians. But I don't know if the restaurant was just like, you know what, we'll just give them both. Because I had like a whole spreadsheet of what everyone was ordering. So yeah, we got literally 2 portions of pasta each. And then for main, you could either have chicken Milanese or sea bass, and that came with vegetables, potatoes and salad. I went for the sea bass. I do love fish, and I also just like with it being quite, it was like 20 degrees, like I wanted something that was a little bit more like light. But JP loves chicken. Loves chicken, loves like fried chicken, breaded chicken. So chicken Milanese was his pick. And it was nice, it was a big piece of chicken as well, like it was thick. Yeah, it was really tasty, chicken Milanese. The sea bass was like, so good. And you got like 2 pieces, like it was like a whole sea bass. So yeah, really, really amazing food. And then we did end with a tiramisu wedding cake, which was immense. And I would highly recommend. This was the back of the wedding menu. That was my friend Lucy's idea, to kind of make it look like our names are like the the name of the restaurant, almost like branding. Because it didn't cost anything extra to just have something printed on the back of the menu. So, and these, yeah, so I have a Canva Pro account because I use it for YouTube and like thumbnails and stuff. Honestly, if you're getting married, get a Canva account for a couple of months. So many cute designs and prints and patterns, and you can also print via Canva, and we just did that for everything. We did our invites on there, we did our menus, we also did our order of service. They're all kind of the same branding, but all slightly different. And that's going on to someone asked what was the favourite part of the day. So one of my favourite parts of the day was the vintage bus. This was so fun. Originally, we were just going to get everyone Addison Lee's to and from the hotel to Chelsea and Kensington. But then my mum was like, why don't you get a vintage bus? It was honestly so fun. The bus was so cute. I used ChatGPT to make this, and then I imported it into Canva, and I could change the colour. So I just thought that was so cute. And then like they had this like ticket outline on Canva, so I could like put all, like I put like bus ticket up there, and next stop happily ever after, admits one return journey, like silly little things like that. I just thought that would be really cute to put on the back of the order of service. It's a bit silly, but the vintage bus was so fun. It was so cool. The driver, who was so sweet, he bless him as well, because this bus is like no power steering. So he's got this big wheel, he's trying to drive around London with this bloody bus. And it was just so cool. I'm glad we didn't do it in like the summer though, because there was like no AC. It's a vintage bus. There's no AC on the bus. And thank God Trina, bless her, she had the fan. She had a fan and we were like passing it all around each other. I would definitely suggest if you are going to get a vintage bus in the summer, definitely get or ask your guests to bring fans or like get some fans because whew, it was warm. But it was so fun. Like everyone was having such a good time. We also ended up doing such a good like tour almost of London, where quite a few of my guests were from outside of London. So it was really fun to almost do kind of like a little bit of sightseeing. And I do see these vintage buses all through London, but I will say the one we got is quite a rare one. The people at the Chelsea registry office said they've not seen that bus before. I think it's because we didn't have like too many guests. We were able to get the single decker because most people get a double decker, but they only come in red, where this one was a single decker and it was a white one. So it looked more kind of like wedding-y bridal. I just loved it. It was so fun. Everyone had such a good time. And it was just like a bit of fun time to like where you weren't doing anything, you know, like just time to like decompress and like relax, especially after the wedding, like the ceremony was over. It was just so nice. Like I like flopped onto JP because I was like, I'm exhausted. Like there was so much hype and there was so much like nervous energy before the ceremony. It was just so nice to have that like 45 minutes where we were just going back to the restaurant and like everyone was just chatting and talking and it was just so good. And then another thing that I loved was the tiramisu wedding cake. Everybody loved that. And then the other thing was me and JP had this suite in the hotel. It's called Bermondsey Square Hotel. And this suite has a hot tub. We left the restaurant at 10:30 and everyone else went out for drinks afterwards. But I just said to JP, I was like, I just want to go upstairs and get in our hot tub. And that's literally what we went and did. We just got in the hot tub and just like chatted about the day. And it was just so nice to end the day. Just us on a rooftop and the wind was whipping. It was so cold, but the hot tub was luckily hot. So yeah, it was really cold, but also it was just fun and like, yeah, such a good memory, like such a unique way, I guess, to end your wedding night. That yeah, it's like a memory like I'll never forget about that. And we were just kind of like chatting about everything that had gone on and the food and the music. And oh, I forgot about Chris as well, wonderful singer. Yeah, another favourite thing, like there's so many favourite things, guys. Another favourite thing was Chris, our singer. Just the most beautiful voice, like, stunning. Yeah, I would recommend him in a heartbeat. Someone asked, is there anything I would do differently? There was one thing I would do differently. I always don't want to speak about it because like, it was pretty bad. But I'm not going to name names because I don't want anything bad to come out of it. We did hire a caricaturist for the wedding. On the description of the website, so we booked it through quite a reputable website where they have all these different artists, like everything you could dream of for a wedding. They've got it, you know, if you want a cocktail bar with a server, if you want a magician, if you want a balloon animal artist, like if you want any of that, they have it on this website. And so we had an idea of getting a caricaturist, just as, you know, things happening during our meal in the venue. This guy said he could do 15 caricatures in an hour, which I thought, wow, bloody hell, like that's really good. And so we had under 30 guests. So I was like, 2 hours, like everyone will get one and that'll be really cool. The guy turns up, I think a bit early than planned. and because I messaged him, I was like, oh, like, do you mind just like going around the table and doing caricatures of people? And he was like, oh, well, I'd rather just have like a table where I can sit and people come to me. And I was like, oh, like, I don't know if we have like this, like, that's not really like what I was thinking. I didn't realise he was basically saying like, that's kind of the only way he does it. Because these caricatures, guys, a varying style across the board, which I found frustrating. Like, me and JP got ours done. The style of JP's is so different to mine. And my one, like, his one's bad, like good, like, it's not, his is a caricature. Mine is not a caricature. It's just a really awful drawing. And I was also just like, how? Because originally I'd planned to frame them both and put them in the toilet as kind of like a joke. I cannot frame mine, and I don't even want to put it on the internet, guys, because it's really awful. Like, JP's is like funny bad, mine's just bad, and like everyone was just kind of like, ooh, like to do the bride. Because basically when he was drawing me, like halfway through drawing me, everyone wanted me to get up and sing. The singer was doing like Dancing Queen from like ABBA. So he like drew me like mid singing. It was just weird, honestly. Like, and he had maybe 1 or 2 reviews, and the thing I would change was like, I'd either just not do it, or I would just get someone that had more reviews, even if they were a little bit more money, because he was quite reasonably priced, because I don't think he'd done this much before, and honestly, I just don't think he should. Like, he didn't have very good like people skills. Like, I looked at his work beforehand and it's really, really good. Like, he's even worked for like publications. Like, he's a published artist, but I just don't think he was good around people, and he wasn't very good at banter, because my brother, like, the caricatures drew my sister-in-law, and it was a trio, it was a caricature, and my brother kind of was like, oh, you made it look like Cruella de Vil, and he just like, the caricaturist got a bit uncomfortable, and if I was a caricaturist, I'm like, well, you married, like, he could have like really hit back, but like he didn't, and so I just don't think the guy has the right personality to be in a wedding environment. So I think that's kind of like the only change I would make, was that, which, like, it wasn't too big of a monetary loss, but yeah. And also then some of my friends got really, really nice drawings of them, and I was just like, what? The styles were all over the place. And he didn't do 15 in an hour. I don't think he did 15 in 2 hours. Like, my mum and dad didn't get one. JP's mum and dad didn't get one. Like, so many people didn't get pictures. Yeah, honestly, would not recommend them. But that was really the only thing that I was just like, oof. But also it's just like a funny story, to be honest. So yeah, that's the only thing that I would probably change. And then another question, when's JP moving over? Next year, guys, next year. Just with moving to London, the wedding this year, and doing anything more with visas, it's not happening this year, not happening. But next year, he will be moving over. We're really excited for it. We've started kind of talking about the time of year, and just starting to put things in motion a little bit. So yeah, don't worry, he will be moving over. I think it will be a big change for me and him, because we're both so used to living alone, but we have just been with each other for an entire month, so I think we'll be fine. But yeah, any change in life is always a challenging time, but I'm sure we will be fine. But yeah, he will be moving over eventually. I know I've got a couple of questions there. And then another little quick thing that I wanted to share with you is another thing that I really liked, that yeah, maybe other people would be interested in. These are the little wedding favours we did for everyone. Sometimes wedding favours can be a bit naff, but these were just thought we were really, really cute. The little matches. So the perfect match, Becky and JP. We got loads, we got way too many of these. The only thing is, like, and to be honest, like, if I had more time before the wedding, I wonder if, can you, basically you've got to take the sleeve off. Oh no, match is going everywhere. You've got to take the sleeve off to get to the, like the fire starter bit. So, while they're cute, they're a little bit impractical. So do just bear that in mind. But they weren't very expensive. I got them off Etsy and I think they were like 30 quid for like 40. And we got 20 of pink and 20 of the kind of tealy colour. And yeah. So guys, I think this is a long video already. So if you do have any more questions, do let me know them down below and I'll try and answer them best I can. And as for the Charlotte Tilbury wedding makeup video, that's already live and it's very, very in-depth. So do go check that out if you're interested. Don't forget to subscribe. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it and you got to hear the goss that you wanted. And I will see you all very, very soon. Bye!